is a solution to a problem. If there's no problem, nobody needs a solution. You don't need to sell. If you're not sick, there's no need to see the doctor. There's no need to take the medication. So that's what selling is about. A solution to a problem. If you are writing a book, why would I read a book? Because I'm looking for answers and the book contains the answer. So if you are writing the book, you ask yourself, what question am I addressing? Why would anybody want to read a book? If you are presenting a speech, you ask yourself, why bother speaking? Who would want to listen? If you are not giving me a solution to a problem, my problem, I don't need to listen to you. In other words, your speech has to be relevant. Not only relevant, it is important. Then only the people will listen. So basic, when you do this program, you must give this very basic right solution to a problem. First thing. Second thing is the tools that I want you to use. There are many, many tools to apply in the sales speech. I'll tell you a few, and I want to see you apply when you give a speech, and when you give an evaluation, I want you to comment whether they are using the right tool or wrong tool. The first, most important tool, Fernando has said, is your branding. Right? Branding, there are two parts. One is how you stand, how you sit, how you groom yourself, whether you come on time, whether you show concern for others and stuff like that. That's an important part of the branding. That means I don't tell you how good I am. You look at me, you will know, right? That I care for you. You can trust me. I'm honest. I'm caring, and all the stuff, right? So the image of the project is what? You care. If you don't care, the reverse is you only want commission. You only want to make the sale, right? You don't really care for me. So you must show that no, I really care. Right? By not telling them directly, but by your mannerism, by how you interact with them when you first walk into the room, and by what happened, and then somebody sit down here to help the computer and start that. See, I think I like this guy, right? So things like that project your brand image. So you care, but can I trust you? Just like I've covered, if I cannot trust you to keep a small promise, it's quite impossible to trust you to do so many other big things. So whatever you promise to do, you have to deliver. So trust is the other one. Another one, Fernando used a different word, but it's competence. Are you skilled? Are you proficient? Are you able to do what you promised to do? It's no use that you care for me, I can trust you, but if you're not competent, you cannot deliver, forget it. So your competence level, it must be projected. Right? Now after competent, you look at arrogance or humility. You can be, I can trust you to deliver, right? You're competent and you really care. But then you are arrogant, you look down on me, you don't respect me. No matter how good your product is, I'm not going to buy. I will buy the product, but not from you. Because you're so arrogant, I'll look for another salesman, same product. Okay, so arrogant. The last one that you must have is pride. If you don't take pride in yourself, don't bother to groom yourself, don't bother to do a good job, even if it's free as an MC, for example. You don't take pride in yourself, don't take pride in your work. Can I trust you to do my work? You must be proud. Then you have to deliver something, you have to do a good job. So these are the basic brand value you must have as a sales professional. Once you can project this image, then you go to another part of your branding, which is emphasized here repeatedly. And for those who are speaking, you see I send you the power introduction. How you are introduced. makes a world of difference. See how we introduce Gary and how the crowd respond to him. How we introduce Jimmy and how the crowd respond to him. Right? So when I ask you for a power introduction, I've given you the outline, how you should do it. Read it carefully. Basically, your power introduction, there are two parts. Right? One, even when we introduce Chongdin, you say, you have to build some credibility. Why is he a suitable person to handle this job? Right? Okay, so he don't have any qualification as a tester or something, but you have to say something. So he's from NPU, he did this and that and that. That bring the image ahead. Is somebody competent, somebody doing something responsible, so you can pay attention to him. Right, stuff like that. So you need to create your own power introduction to uplift your status in the eyes of the public. First thing. Second thing is introduce the subject, the topic. It's in the power introduction, and that's where you say why this is so relevant to you, why it is so important, why now the urgency to deal with this one. If you get this thing right, you have a very different reception from your audience. So you must apply that. That will push your brand up straight away. When a person likes you, trusts you, and like your brand, it takes a lot less effort to sell anything. But when a person don't like you, you are arrogant, you appear sloppy and stuff like that, you can try very hard, difficult to close the sale. Okay, so that is a basic that you must have. Now let's move on. A lot of you prepare your speeches, right? All the content, structure, everything, wonderful stuff. Very few of you, outside of here, have ever been trained to map your speech to an emotional timeline. What is the emotional timeline? When you speak, you want to control the emotion of the audience. You want to create the emotion, you want to transition from one emotion to the next. I'll tell you what I mean. At the opening, what type of emotion you want the audience to feel? Or expectation. Right? Curiosity, they want to know more. Right? So they expect something good from you, they are curious and to find out. That's the emotion you want them to feel. But how do you do that? The power introduction part. Okay. Now, in the content, what do you want them to feel? Always remember why people buy. One is they are trying to avoid a loss. They are trying to avoid a loss. So what emotion do you want them to feel? The pain and suffering and disappointment and whatever. If you die, you got no insurance, this is what's going to happen to your family. You want them to be able to relate to that and feel it inside them, and then they want to avoid that. Then they will take action. Right? The other part is they want to gain something. When you want to gain something, because you see a lot of special offer, discount, whatever promotion, or maybe some once in a lifetime event you get to see this or whatever, queue up for Apple computer or something like that. So one is they're trying to avoid a loss. One is trying to they gain something because oh, this is so prestigious, I must have it. So you must create the emotion of hope. One is the fear, one is the wonderful hope. Right? So you, in your speech, you must plan how you want these people to feel, not just deliver content. And at the closing, what type of emotion you want them to feel? Happy. Hopeful. Satisfaction. Okay. Wrong answers.
How they act on what you...
Okay.
Desire.
Urgency. It's no use, they tell you a wonderful product, oh, I can solve this, can do that. Not urgent, I think tomorrow then I buy it. You're finished already. If you are a professional salesperson, you don't close a sale, you fail. You don't come back and tell me, oh, the prospect liked my presentation so much, he's going to go back and talk to his wife. That's a failure. You close the sale. Just now somebody asked about, Thomas asked about the money. Money is never the issue, no matter how expensive. If you can sell like the scammers online do, people will pawn their house. People will take out all their life saving and give away to this man from Nigeria or somewhere. Just an excellent salesperson, because they play with emotions so well. You are hooked into it, you believe everything, you will give everything away. And some preachers are very good, some churches, you go and join the church, they can persuade you to give away, I don't know how percent of your monthly salary. And some people will sell their home to give away to some of these churches and whatever. This is all the skill that they use. Right? It's so urgent, so important that, okay, so the sense is urgency. No urgency, no sale. Very simple. So if you look at emotional timeline, you must map it out. When you craft your speech, and for most people, I ask you to write down a script for your speech. You know why is that important?
Then you know what you want to say.
Yeah, it's a checklist for you, what you cover. In your speech, always have this that many people do not do. You got a 7-minute speech. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? There's an emotional timeline. How you want them to feel is either, timeline is either positive or negative. Right? So it may be, here is positive, anticipation, excitement, whatever. Right? Then you want them to feel very sad, very painful if you don't do what I tell you to do, or they feel very bad. Right? You want them to feel like that. Then you give it another step, another emotion is conveyed by stories. Right? By example, what happened to this person, that person. Then after that you want to give them hope. Oh, wonderful, it can be very wonderful. Right? And then you want to call for action, for example, urgency. So you must plan, but usually 7-minute speech you can give 3 examples. You can start with a positive, then negative, very painful, then positive, then take action now. Okay, but you must have an emotional timeline map up. Then you ask yourself, look at your script, and ask yourself honestly when I say that, how would people feel? Right? So if the emotion is not right, the sale cannot be done. And this one need quite a bit of training, even after I tell you this, you need to practice. Okay? So after the emotional timeline, look at other tools. Now, this is basic tool also. Other tool is the sale before the sale. Okay, pre-sale. The sale before the sale, you must sell something before you can sell the product you want to buy. First, I tell you there's this problem. Alright? Then I must make sure you agree with me. If you don't agree that you got this problem, you will never buy. So you must get the agreement on what. Once you got the agreement, test check. First test check is, if there's a solution to this problem, would you want it? If the person don't give you this commitment, don't sell. You're wasting the time, right? So, ask him this question: whatever the problem is, there's a solution. Would you want it? You must say yes. And when you ask a question, learn to pause. You must pause. You want him to force him to reply you affirmative. If you cannot reply me, I'm not going to proceed. Give me the wrong answer, shake hand, bye-bye, don't waste time, you're not interested. Right? You agree there's a problem now, offering a solution, you don't want. No. That's any. Now once you have that, then you use the next tool we call the yes, yes, yes momentum. What is the yes, yes, yes momentum? Right? You have to ask him a series of questions where you have to answer you yes. you make it also very important, very simple to answer yes. Because if the person is used to saying yes to you, yes and yes and yes, then finally you give him the solution to buy, he will say yes to you. Don't ever ask him question that he answer yes, no, That kind of question, you will be very difficult to close the sale. Okay, yes, and so if there's a solution, would you want it? Yes. Right? Then you start to talk, find out about how much money, whatever budget is comfortable with. If the solution is within this dollar range, would you want it? Ask him. Then he say yes, because he already tell you, look at this budget, right? Yes. Then if the solution, whatever solution is, have this feature, whatever feature you talk about you like, would you want it? Yes. So you think along the way, these are all the checklists, yes. Now the psychological thing is, you committed. You say solution, if the solution you want it. You're committed, if it's within this budget, you say you want it. And you're committed because you say that if it got this feature, this shape, this size, this color, whatever, you will want it. Once I plant all this yes, this momentum will carry you through. When you finally ask them to buy, they got no choice. Because psychologically, they are trapped. They cannot say no at the end. Okay, so this yes momentum is something that you must apply if you want to sell. Next thing, you want to sell expensive product, whatever product, you must be able to make it appear so cheap compared to the benefit. Cheap in two ways. Very affordable, not cheap in the negative meaning. Cheap meaning, some people tell me, oh, the car cost, to buy a 1006cc car, I think sufficient for Singapore road. If I were to buy a 2-liter car, drive to Singapore road, it's much better, whatever, but it cost me $15,000 more. Right? So I said, actually it's my brother talking to me. It was, I prefer him to have a bigger car. So I told him, hey, $15,000 more. You're going to use the car for 10 years. How much is that per year? $1,500 per year. Right? $1,500 per year, how much is it per month? Right? It's less than $200 per month more. And you get to drive this car that's so comfortable, so big, and whatever wonderful feature this 2-liter car has, engine car has. Oh yeah. Okay, let's get it. So stuff like that, even what they are selling a refrigerator or whatever, it's the same. Right? That some people, some of my students sell, I think it's the, whatever sound system, a few $100s. Say, hey, this system, they ask you to pay a few $100s, it seems so expensive. But do you know, for less than the price of a cup of coffee, you can enjoy such wonderful music on the way to work, when you go out for lunch, and even when you walk around the park, go jogging. But it costs you less than a cup of coffee a day. Won't you want it? So it makes the thing very different. The complexion will be totally changed. Okay, so use this, making expensive item look so affordable. Apply that. So I expect to see that when you guys present your speeches. Right? There are many other tools, but I think if you start with a few like that, there's more than enough. There's more than enough to do the speech. So if you want, you look at the invitation for our training. In November there are 3. I think we can do the second meeting in November. Then the first and the third meeting can be our regular meeting like what we did earlier. So for those who want to be professional salesperson, you have to apply this. Okay. Again, if you need, as you go along, I will introduce more tools. But if I tell you a lot now, sometimes you may not work.
Yeah,
okay. If you need a structure, I can also give you a quite basic speech structure. Opening, you just tell them on the problem, we can identify with the problem. Right? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.